I have some actually shocking things to show you today. I am so excited. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? I couldn't sleep last night, and so I was messing around with my Hydra teams, as I like to do. And I was coming over here because I need to figure out something different to do. I ran my sweet Nightmare Hydra team with freaking Wallmaster, and he is still bugged. So if you are running this guy at the time of this recording and you can't get your run to submit, it's not you, it's him. Plarium knows about this and they're supposed to be fixing that, hopefully in the patch this week at the time of this recording. But if you're watching this later down the road, what you're really curious about is who am I talking about today? And I am so excited to share that with you. So I was thinking about, well, what can I do with my Hydra teams? And so before I ran the actual team that I submitted, I was looking around in my clan and stuff, and I noticed that we're in first place, and I was like, yes, go us. And I still haven't submitted my best key yet. I usually save the Trunda team for if I have to do it. Because it takes a long time to manual it, and I don't like to do it. However, coming up in here, I noticed something actually crazy on Brutal. My clan leader, Rebel, has this ridiculous team. I was shocked, impressed, and very confused. I was like, oh wow, immediately I was like, alas, that's awesome. I just did a takeover with him, he's busted, everybody should be building him for damage, he's insane, okay? But then I was like, wait, Valkonen did more damage than him. And then next of all, look at the numbers out of Bellinor and Michinaki. Bellinor doing 257 million? What? I did not think that he was that good after his buff. I felt like they messed with his multipliers and his damage output potential went down. Now, granted, I don't have a blessing for him, so I guess that could be why. But I'm really thinking maybe I need to look into that. So real quick, 2 seconds on the champions in this team, and then we'll dive into what we're talking about today, which is Valkonen. So one of the things that you can do to improve your Hydra damage that I'm not sure I ever mentioned is using this crit rate aura. Now, in addition to that, he puts on an increased crit rate buff. So 30, 54, 54% is the amount of crit rate. So you can build your damage dealers with basically half of their normal crit rate if you're using Bellinor. And this is on his A1, so even if it gets stripped, he's putting this crit rate buff on everyone. Then, of course, he has decreased defense and weaken, and he protects himself. And theoretically, this is, a high damage ability. But I have not really messed with him since he was buffed, but now I'm definitely going to have to. If I can find a blessing for him, I would love to use this guy. He reminds me of a Silverhawk. If you guys remember the Silverhawks, put it in the comments below so we can chat about it, okay? Now, the other thing I want to mention is that this dude, Feral, is so ridiculously good, I can't even express to you. He's just ridiculously good. I want him on my account so badly. I want him more than Void Legendaries, guys. That's where I'm at with this guy. So anyway, jumping into this team, I love the team construction here. If you are thinking, oh geez, dang, the portal's lit again, we're no surprise here, but Michinaki is available in this pool of Shadowkin. And I think that that is worth mentioning. Also, I know a lot of people are going to be pulling for Yumiko today. And so if you're watching this at the time of this recording, hit me up if you want me to pull your shards. I stream every Monday and Friday around 3:30 or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I try to fit in another day or two when I can. But we will definitely be talking about this on stream today. Okay, so coming back over here into this team, because I really want to break this down so you can understand why this team is so good, okay? So number one, we have decreased defense and weaken with Bellinor. Number two, we have the Hex and the buff removal from Michinaki. I actually wonder if we could replace Michinaki with someone else, like a buff extender. I don't know. But that was my first thought, like, do we actually need him? But we do need somebody to do the hexes. My thought would be Carolon, because, okay, so Valkonen does hexes, but then you have to build him with accuracy, and then you'll lose out on some damage. We're getting the block buffs and the damage boost from Feral, and Alaz does HP burn, crazy damage. Padrag is boosting us and doing ally attack. Like, this team is so awesome. This is my new favorite team that I've seen in a while. Okay, so why is Valkonen so good? I was perplexed, so confused about it. When you come in and you look at his kit, it is confusing, right? You're like, oh, I can kill a guy, and then like the next turn, then I unlock this, and that's probably a crazy damaging ability, right? Right. And then I was like, Rebel, but there's no reviver in your team. How does this work? So he was like, it doesn't. So he just turned it off. He's like, he doesn't have a reviver. Also, the damage on this, at least in Hydra, was not what I would like it to be. It was not what I would like it to be. And so, you just ignore both of these parts about his kit. This, you basically just ignore all of this about his kit. The only thing you need to know is that his A1 and his A2 do really good damage. Also, if you want to put accuracy on him, he does Hex, and that can be really helpful for your team. So if you don't have another Hex champion, I would suggest putting some accuracy on him, depending on what level you're going to be using him on. I also think the best blessing for him is Heaven Cast. You're going to buff him for all of the different buffs that are on him, and that's really powerful. So even no matter what level you have, I have a 4-star blessing. I think Heaven Cast is the best one. So, and Rebel also used that same one. So he has that on 4 of his 5 champions, which I was pretty shocked by that nobody had cruelty. So I'm wondering what the story is there. Rebel, if you're watching this, make sure you let me know that. I love the cruelty blessing. So then how are you going to build him? You're going to build him and use him like an arena nuker. So I have him in Savage, and then just 2 broken pieces. One of the broken pieces is one of the best pairs of boots on my account. Actually, do I have a bigger glyph? No, I do not. Oh, but I have a speed glyph. Let's do that. These boots are stupid. I get that, okay? But it doesn't really matter. This can be whatever, as long as you get the right stats here, okay? So just do the best build that you can do. I just want to use the most broken build that I can, so yeah, I pimped it out. I am going to be farming Sand Devil so that I can get attack here, and I'm going to be fully awakening him, because I want to see how crazy I can get his damage, okay? Same thing here on this banner. I'm going to flip this to attack, and then I'm going to see how much crazy damage I can get on him. So in Savage, I know that my numbers are pretty crazy. These are new numbers. I have updated this since my original testing. I just put gear on him. And then I was so impressed, I was like, okay, well, let's make it better. And then I'm going to continue to work on it. These are the masteries that I chose. and I'm not 100% sure I'm going to stick with these, but I do like these, especially for Hydra. Let me know what you think about them. This is a little bit different setup than I normally would be doing, but so far I have liked it quite a bit. Alright, so put your best gear on him, or put whatever gear on him, and just use him. If he's dying, make sure you have a reviver in the team, which I do. Let's move on to the team we're going to use him in, because there's other valuable information there. So, in case you don't have him, you can actually replace him in the team. Alright, now I was torn about what level Hydra to use him in. The run that I did is actually on hard, so I think that's where we will go in. But I think that he has brutal and nightmare potential here, and I'll talk about that in a second. So this is the team that I am working on, and this was just the champions that I have left, because I already submitted my brutal run and my nightmare run, so obviously that's going to be my best champions. But I'm wondering if I can fit him in place of somebody in one of these three teams here. And let me actually move this up so you can see this team. This was the team I ran in Brutal to very good success. And I'm wondering if I can fit him in somewhere. I don't know. Like, can I remove somebody and fit him in? Because he would go really well in this team, but I don't know where I would put him. I want to put Terrace in the lead there, again, because of that crit rate aura. But I'm thinking maybe he can fit in place of this Acrisia. And I think that that's an important realization, that if you're pushing endgame damage, you can surpass the enemy max HP hitters. If you're not, then they're going to do more damage, right? So it depends on where you're at in your account progression. Eventually, I'm going to do a video on that topic, so whenever I get around to it. But one thing I wanted to point out is don't pay attention to Cardiol's 6-star blessing here. It's not important, okay? It is shockingly not important. I was very disappointed with how much impact it's had on my account, so ignore that, okay? Estrid, do pay attention. If you have her and you haven't built her yet, you need to do that. Let me pause the video and show you her build. She is in freaking lethal gear here, okay? She is built like an arena nuker with crazy stats, okay? And I wish, actually, I need to work on trying to get her faster, but I had a really hard time getting the accuracy numbers and the damage numbers. It's a very intensive build. But regardless, at minimum, at least put crit rate gloves on her and a crit damage amulet, because I will show you in just a moment. Okay, so this team and every Hydra team, it's so important the roles that you have. We have block buffs, we have provoke and revive, we have damage, we have ally attack if you can fit it in, cleanser if you can fit it in, damage increasing buffs if you can fit it in. Estrid is doing increase speed, decrease speed, weaken, and Cece is doing HP burn, decrease defense, weaken. Okay, I actually don't like Cece. I would probably rather use Venus, but you know, you can put whoever there. You know, this can be Lady Mikage. Like, this is the specific team is not important, but it did impress me. So let's come in here and let me show you why it impressed me. All right, so I think the best thing to do is put the buffs up here. And you're going to see that we just melt. We melt it. And I just did not expect that. Okay, so let's see. Make sure we hit the decreased defense. Okay. Now we'll do the boosting stuff. Okay, we'll do the weaken and the decreased speed stuff. Wait. Okay, yeah, we want to do block buffs. Okay, all of that is super important. Now, what's really cool about this is it does single target damage. So the Head of Suffering does not decrease this damage. Let me slow this down because you want to see this. Boom. I mean, we just popped the head. And that's without all of the buffs that we're going to put on. I'm just so impressed with the damage. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. I was shocked by it. Okay, now here's Estrid's A1. 200k on an alive head. Okay? 200k. This was absolutely shocking to me. Absolutely shocking. Valkonen, 700k without decreased defense, guys. This guy is one of the best damage dealers for Hydra, period. Period. One of the best. And I am shocked by that. I did not think that was true. I had tested him before, and maybe it was just I didn't have him in the right team. We're at 9 million damage on turn 3. Okay, I'm going to A1 here, 600k, because I want to put the decreased defense and the weaken up. And yeah, it's fine. Okay, whatever. We'll just put the buffs back up. Okay. And, yep, we'll let Estrid do her thing. Okay, great. I really wanted Cecia to get that decreased defense up, and this is the reason why I don't like her. Do I have decreased defense on anyone? I do not. Okay. So, I mean, I should have targeted the HP burn and the weaken head. Okay, that's definitely true. Okay, here we go. Maybe we can get it over here. Did not get it. We did not get it. I don't understand. Anyway, you'll be able to see some of the crazy damage here, okay? So, 1.2 million without decreased defense. 1.2 million without decreased defense. The numbers on this guy are insane. And you might be saying, okay, well, yeah, you have really good builds on your champions. And that is true. That is definitely true. What I want to do, I think, is back out here and get decreased defense and weaken here. We'll hit end so you can see, like, Valkonen here did 9 million, right? Right off the bat. But Estrid, 3 million. And Wukong, 3.8. Anyway, okay, let's come in here. I want to change and put in Lydia, I think. If I can find her easily enough. Okay, perfect. So let's come back in here and see this. And then I'm going to fast forward and show you the end of the run. Now, this was the previous run. Because I'm not going to submit this. Okay, let me get this set up and I'll be right back. Okay, on the heads, here we have the decreased defense and weaken, and we have buffs. And we're just going to be doing so much damage, right? I guess I could have waited for all the buffs. But I'm going to pop some heads here, and then we'll get that damage set up so you can see that as well. Alright, this is going to be the closest I can get it in the video here. So we have decreased defense and weaken. We have 2 fresh heads that popped in, but that's not important. Look at this damage. Okay, what did I do wrong? But still, I mean, like, 1 million damage per hit, and then his A1 is gonna do crazy damage as well. Oh, he didn't have increased attack. That's what it was. He did not have increased attack. Okay, I really want to get this in this video. That is very important to me. But let's see if we can see his A1 here before this head respawns while he has increased attack. I guess we can go over here. Let's see it. No! Okay, I'll get it set up again. Oh, you know what I do have set up? Estrid's A1. 750k, guys. 750k. Build her like a nuker. It's actual crazy. Alright, here we go. Do we have increased attack? No, but I think we're gonna just pop these heads. Yes, we are. 1.4 million. And this is not like ideal. Like throughout the course of the fight, what you're going to see is that he just does these huge hits. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna ally attack here and put those buffs back up, and you'll just see the numbers go up and up and up, which is so super fun. Molly keeping up the damage here. Here's the decreased defense and weaken. We have the decreased speed, so we're keeping this up longer. 1.1 million A1. 680k Estrid A1. I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed. This team is way better than I was expecting it to be. I am just shocked by the damage output, the potential that we have here. Like, look at this. 40. All right, here we go. Here it is with increased attack. 2.3 million. 2.3 million. That's insane. That's like Turvold, but AoE. It's AoE Turvold. I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments, please. Let's go forward ahead to the damage screen and show you the breakdown here because wowzers, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so here's the end of the run, and this is why I was so shocked, okay? Okay, so Cardiel did 110 million, and yes, that is a little bit part of his blessing, okay? Valkonen, 385 million in the worst build. Like, with not as good of gear, he did 385 million, almost 386. Estrid did 100 million, guys. Molly 32, Cecia 77, Wukong 82. I just think that this guy is absurd. And if you have him in your vault, bust him out. But also, you can build this team, like a good replacement for him would be someone like Michinaki, okay? He's going to be doing that Hex consistently, and he will be putting decreased defense up consistently. You could replace Cecia with Artak if you don't have her, and then Cardiel could be Lady Mikage. Cardiel could also be Fairkin the Fat, right? Any ally attack champion is going to be helpful. Molly, she's very hard to replace. If you replace Molly, then you have to put another provoker in there, and there are not a lot of provokers that I like. So maybe if you put, like, I don't even know who I want to recommend. Tell me what provokers you like in the comments below. Put somebody in a provoke set. I don't know. But anyway, are you as impressed with this team as I am? Because, wow, just absolutely blown away. So let me go back to Valkonen's build so that I can give you some pointers on that. All right, so when you're going to go do his build, you do need some kind of speed on him. So if you can't get speed substats, then you're going to need speed boots, and that takes a lot away. Like if I go, yeah, this is fine. If I went and I put this on here, right? I have some kind of stats on there, right? So this would put me up to 250 speed, but then I would lose 1,000 attack. And even if I could get attack percentage substats and attack percentage ascension, it's just like you're going to lose a lot, right? So the speed is not always the most important thing, but of course you want to try to get speed on the pieces as many as possible. Like this is about as good as it gets, right? This one, we have resistance there. It's not as good as it gets, but obviously still good. A big portion of this is the glyphs. I do have a glyph here, so let's do that. Okay, up to 5. And then over here, same thing. I'm sacrificing a lot of stats here to use this double speed roll. I really just don't have a lot of fast shields. On the gloves, I went with my most attack percentage on the ascension and on the substats. And then on the chest, probably my best chest on the account. and then the boots are stupid. So, like, I am literally using the best gear that I have available. I might as well show this also. Triple on the ring. I don't really have a lot of attack on the amulet, but it does have the crit damage ascension. And then I already showed this one, but speed and attack percentage on an attack banner. And that's your goal, to try to build him like that. Now, if you can't get those stats, then just get the best stats that you can, but consider that 200 speed to be like the low value that you want. Your nukers, trying to build them slow these days just really does not work out most of the time. So if you're having a hard time, that's probably the reason. Sacrifice a little damage, make them a little bit faster, get over that 200 speed when you can in the progression of your account. Okay, so do you need these kind of crazy stats to get these crazy numbers? Sort of, right? But if you have less good stats, he's still gonna probably be the best damage dealer on your account. Like, he's up there. Like, if I put Acrizia in the team, she's not gonna do as much damage as what he did. He's doing more damage than that. He's comparable to Terrace. If you saw this guy, one second. If you saw my video on Toshiro, he's comparable to him. It's just like he's one of the best Hydra damage dealers in the game. Tell me I'm wrong, please. Anyway, I hope you appreciated this video. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. Appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys later.